good evening to all the aspirants. My name is Sumeet, and today, as usual, we'll start with the current affairs session. So from the last 4 sessions, we have completed the June month's current affairs. So today we will try and look into the topics which we will have to cover from July's perspective. So let us look at those events which have taken place in the month of July. Let us try and dissect each and every topic from government exams perspective. Is that clear? Right. So we'll deep dive into the subject. So let us start with the state first. Let us start with the state of Karnataka first, as usual. So recently, Bal Sahitya Puraskar 2025 has been announced. This award was constituted in the year 2010. This award was constituted in the year 2010, and the awards given in this is for languages which are a part of 8th schedule. There are 8th schedule of our constitution. 8th schedule of our constitution. So in 8th schedule there are 22 languages. And this award is given to all these languages. The authors who have penned their work in these 22 languages which are a part of 8th schedule, the award will be given to all of them. And this Bal Sahitya Puraskar, as the name itself suggests, this award is given to authors who have written stories, short stories or articles which are in the interest of children. And it is a matter of pride that there are 2 authors who have won awards this year for Bal Sahitya from the state of Karnataka. Our state of Karnataka has given 2 winners for this award. The first one is Shivalingappa. And he has won this award in the language of Kannada. For his work called as Notebook. Notebook is the name of the work for which he has won this award for the language of Karnataka. And the other winner is Ghaznafar Iqbal. Ghaznafar Iqbal has been awarded Bal Sahitya Puraskara for the language. Ghaznafar Iqbal. This gentleman has won this award for the language of Urdu. You'll have to keep in your mind, Urdu. He has won this award for the language of Urdu. And the book which he has won this award for is Qaumi Sitare. Please keep these 2 names in your mind. Shivalingappa, he has won the award for his work in Kannada and the work name is Notebook, whereas Ghaznafar Iqbal has won an award, Bal Sahitya Puraskar 2025, for the language of Urdu, and his work is Qaumi Sitare. You might get a question in your any government exams. You might get a question saying who won this year's Bal Sahitya Puraskara 2025 for the language of Urdu. If you are getting this question, then the correct answer among the options would be Ghaznafar Ali, and if that Urdu is replaced by Kannada, you will have to take the option which consists the name of Shivalingappa. Is that clear? Fine. Let us go to the next topic. The next topic is about the National Turmeric Board. Recently, National Turmeric Board has been established. Now, where is this established? This is established in Nizamabad. The name of the place is Nizamabad, and it is situated in the state of Telangana. It is situated in the place of Telangana. National Turmeric Board. Please keep in mind, turmeric is I hope you guys understand that turmeric is a spice. It is also known as gold spice. Right? This is a spice which is amply grown in the state of Telangana, and that is the reason why the state of Telangana, especially the place called as Nizamabad, it has the headquarters of this National Turmeric Board. Now please understand, when it comes to turmeric, India is the world's largest producer of turmeric. Is that understood? India produces 75% of total production of turmeric happens in India. Is that understood? And in keeping with the growth and the production capacity of India, India has now established National Turmeric Board. Why it has established National Turmeric Board? In order to promote the growth of this turmeric. Is that understood? Turmeric is, I hope you guys are aware that turmeric is used for not only culinary purposes, but also it is used for dyeing as well as it has also some medicine applications. It has been used for its medical applications also. Now keeping all these things in mind, this National Turmeric Board has been established. Now you'll have to keep some basic facts in your mind. Please understand, this board functions under many ministries. There are many ministries which are a part of this board. The first one is Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Commerce and Industry. Then the other ministry is Ministry of Ayush. Ministry of Ayush. Then Ministry of Pharmaceuticals. As well as Ministry of Agriculture. All these are the nodal ministries for this National Turmeric Board. Please understand that. Is that understood? This board consists of representation from all these ministries. All these ministries. And please keep this thing in your mind that this National Turmeric Board is established. What is the major objective of establishing this National Turmeric Board? It is to promote the growth of turmeric in India. Now, which are the states that produce turmeric? The first one is, the highest number of turmeric production is happening in the state of Telangana. Then comes Maharashtra. Then after that, Meghalaya is at third place. Please understand, even the state of Karnataka is also one of the largest growers of this turmeric spice. Is that understood? Now let us look at some basic facts about turmeric also. Turmeric grows in a loamy soil. It requires loamy soil. And it also requires a very pleasant temperature of about 20 degrees to 30 degrees. And it also requires good amount of rainfall. Rainfall. In case if there is no rainfall, then irrigated agriculture areas can also grow this turmeric board. Is that understood? So you might get a question in exam saying that where is the headquarters of National Turmeric Board? In these options, the correct answer would be Nizamabad of Telangana. This you'll have to keep it in your mind with respect to the exams perspective. Is that understood? Fine. We'll go to the next topic. Recently, mobile e-voting has been implemented for the first time in our country, in the country of India. Now there is this application. This system was for the first time implemented in the state of Bihar. You have to keep this in your mind. Bihar. Now what actually happens in this mobile e-voting system is that people, the normal voters, they can vote through their mobile handsets. Is that understood? Right. So people can use mobile handsets to vote. This was first time implemented in the state of Bihar, and in Bihar it was specifically implemented for the elections of urban local bodies as in municipal corporation, town councils or municipalities. Is that understood? So this project for the first time has been implemented in the state of Bihar, and specifically in the state of Bihar for the election of urban local bodies. Now through this system, what people can do is that they can easily vote. They can cast their vote using their mobile phones. Is that understood? There is this application called as e-sec BHR. This is that application, mobile application through which people can vote in their local body elections. Now this app, please keep in your mind, this app is only applicable for Android systems. Android systems. Now this application has been developed by CDAC. CDAC is an organization, Council for Developing Automatic Computing. This is the full form of CDAC. Now this CDAC comes under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Now this CDAC, this department has developed this application called as e-sec BHR. This is an Android application, and the voters, they can easily download that application in their mobile phone and they can easily vote. Now the procedure of voting is very simple. Now the people, the voters, they will have to download this app. Now after downloading this app, they will have to give their credentials, as in they will have to mention their unique voter ID. They can log in into this app by providing their credentials as in unique voter ID. If they apply or if they give their unique voter ID in that mobile application, then that application will easily open up its contents and in those contents they can easily vote. They can cast their vote in the elections of urban local bodies. Is that understood? So Vibha Kumari, she was the first person to use this mobile e-voting system and cast the vote. This you will have to keep in your mind. Is that understood? Now this is very much useful for those people who are not able to go to the polling booths to cast their vote. Is that understood? Say for example, people who are terminally ill or people who are in their old ages, they cannot walk, right? They cannot walk, they cannot complete that journey up to the polling booths. And also there are some people like pregnant ladies, it is not safe for all these categories of people to travel up till polling booth and cast their vote. In order to make things easy for such segment of people, the government has come up with mobile e-voting system. I hope everything is clear about this issue. Now let us go to the next topic. Okay, recently the government has announced National Sports Policy 2025. Is that understood? Now this policy is replacing a similar policy which was implemented in the year 2001. Now this 2001 policy has been replaced by this National Sports Policy. Now let us look at some important features of this policy. The first important feature is that it is trying to implement excellence at global stage. Now what do you understand by that? Many grassroots players will be identified under this objective, under this feature. They will be trained and they will be provided with modern kits in order to excel them, in order to improve their sporting talents, and many other important features like artificial intelligence mapping will also be included in their practice so that their performance can be improved with the help of artificial intelligence. So excellence at global stage is one of the features of this policy. Now let us look at the second feature. The second feature talks about sports for economic development. What do you understand by this? When I use the word sports for economic development, please understand sports can also be used as an activity for economic development. That you will have to keep in your mind. Now, if you ask me the question how sports can be used for economic development, please understand we can also promote sports tourism. We can also promote sports tourism under this scheme. Say for example, recently the IPL, the finals of IPL was played in Ahmedabad, right? RCB and Punjab Kings had qualified for the finals. Now, don't you think if it is hosted in the city of Punjab, people from Karnataka as well as Punjab will travel to Ahmedabad to watch that particular match which is happening in Ahmedabad, right? So while traveling, don't you think there will be a lot of economic activities which will be generated by these people? So that economic activity will also help the local people of Ahmedabad, right? Is that understood? That is itself is called as sports tourism. People will travel, people will tour to enjoy the sports in that particular areas. That will help in the economic development of that region. That is point number one. The point number two is also about sports will be used for manufacturing. Manufacturing. Now, the sports, the kits, where do you think these kits will be procured or produced or manufactured from? They will have to be manufactured from some place. So, if say for example, if there is an interest of sporting activity in the among the people of India, don't you think they will go and purchase a lot of kits, and those kits they will have to be manufactured, and that manufacturing demand will rise, and with that many industries will come up which will cater to the demand of those people who are ready to invest and buy products of those sporting events. Is that understood? So this is how economic activity will be generated by these two things. This is what the second feature talks about. Now let us look at the third feature. The third feature talks about sports for inclusion. Please understand, sports for inclusion, what do you understand by that? By taking part in such activities, don't you think we will also be able to include many people who are disprivileged? Say for example, people from tribal communities, they will also be included in this activity. Then apart from that, women will also be promoted. Along with women, many physically challenged people will also be a part of this scheme. And sporting activities, by taking together all these disprivileged sections, don't you think the sporting activity will be a kind of an inclusive activity where people from all the walks of life will be a part of this sporting event? So this is also one of the prime goals of features of national sports policy. The other feature, the final feature, let us look into that. The other feature talks about sports as a movement. Sports as a movement. There are many other sub schemes like Khelo India, and Fit India. By promoting sports, don't you think we are also promoting this Khelo India sub policy of the government of India as well as Fit India? People, by motivating to take part in sporting activities, they will also be able to improve their physical fitness also. So this national policy is also focusing on the promoting the sports as a national movement. Is that understood? Right. So these are the major features of national sports policy which you'll have to keep in your mind. Now please keep another thing in your mind, that this national sports policy is also aiming to make India Olympic ready, for the year 2036. Now please keep this thing in your mind. India is one among the major bidders. India is bidding to host Olympic for the year 2036, and the location is Ahmedabad. India is bidding to host Olympics 2036, right? So keeping that vision in mind, government has also launched this National Sports Policy 2025. Is that understood? Right. So we will go to the next topic. The next topic is about Gaden Phodrang Trust. Please understand, this trust is related to the country of Tibet. Now, before giving you some understanding about this subject, let me take you through the background of this issue. Please understand, Tibet was an independent country in the 1940s and 50s, but in the 1950s, the government of China, it had captured the country of Tibet. Now, when the Tibet was captured, the Tibetan organization, the Tibetan administration, it flew to India, especially the Dalai Lama, the 14th Dalai Lama. 14th Dalai Lama fled to India and has been staying in India. Is that understood? Is that understood? So there is this animosity between the administration of Tibet, the country of Tibet, as well as the country of China. Is that understood? So this 14th Dalai Lama, he fled to India and he is staying in India as a guest. Is that understood? India provided the refugee status to many of the Tibetans who fled the war or the capture or the conquering of Tibet by the country of China. This you'll have to keep in mind. This is the background which you'll have to keep in your mind. Now let us talk about this Gaden Phodrang Trust. Now this 14th Dalai Lama is 90 years old. 90 years old. Is that understood? He is 90 years old. So that means he is at the twilight of his life. So now the time has come to appoint the 15th Dalai Lama. 15th Dalai Lama. The 15th Dalai Lama is actually chosen by a Lama called as Panchen Lama. Panchen Lama. Please keep in your mind, this Panchen Lama was abducted by the country of China. This Panchen Lama, who has the authority to select the next Dalai Lama, has been abducted by the country of China in the year 1995. He was just 5 years old. He was just 5 years old. He is abducted by the country of China and his whereabouts are not known for now. His whereabouts are not known for now. And the country of China has appointed its own Panchen Lama. Panchen Lama. China's Panchen Lama. And this Chinese Panchen Lama is not recognized by the Tibetan administration. Tibetan administration. Why? I need not dwell into that because I have already made you understand about this in the background itself. So the 15th Dalai Lama will have to be chosen by the Panchen Lama. The Panchen Lama, who had been appointed by the country of Tibet. But he has been abducted and his whereabouts are not known. So there is a Gordian's knot which is existing and that needs to be resolved. And in order to resolve that, Dalai Lama, the 14th Dalai Lama has 14th Dalai Lama has established a trust called as Gaden Phodrang Trust in the year 2011. In the year 2011 in the country of India. Now, the responsibility of choosing the 15th Dalai Lama falls on this trust. Please keep in your mind. Now, since there is no Panchen Lama to choose the successors of 14th Dalai Lama, the 14th Dalai Lama has established this Gaden Phodrang Trust in the year 2011. Is that understood? So this trust now has the responsibility of choosing 15th Dalai Lama. 15th Dalai Lama. 15th Dalai Lama. Is that understood? So this is why it was in the news. On the first week of July, the 14th Dalai Lama, just few days before his 90th birthday, he came out with a public statement saying that the proceedings to choose the 15th Dalai Lama are now slowly starting and that procedure will be completed by this Gaden Phodrang Trust. That is why this trust is in the news. You'll have to keep this thing in your mind. Is that understood? Please understand Dalai Lama is a post. It is an honorary post. He is a spiritual leader. He is a spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhist. This you'll have to keep in your mind. Is that understood? Fine. This is what with respect to this topic is. Let us go to the next topic. So recently in the country of Portugal, a rolling cloud or roll cloud was observed. As you can see in your screens, this is what roll cloud looks like. It looks like a kind of a tsunami. Right? Now let us try and understand the physics behind it. Okay. So this is actually formed when cold and hot winds meet together. Is that understood? The cold winds, the cold, moist, maritime winds coming from the oceans, when they meet with the hot, dry continental air, when they both meet together, this kind of phenomenon is observed. And this was observed in the country of Portugal. This was observed. When was this observed? This was observed because the moist, cold, maritime airs, when they made their way into the heat affected areas of the continent, and the dry heat waves and the winds which came together, when the maritime cold moist winds, when they met with the dry continental air, when they both meet together, this phenomenon of rolling cloud is observed. This is generally observed because the cold maritime, it goes to the southern part of the downward part, and the dry winds, they generally go to the upward part, and as they go upwards, due to condensation, a cloud will be formed over here, and this cloud will be somewhat separate from the cloud system which is existing upwards. Now these clouds which are formed in the near the surface area, when they come in contact with the ocean breezes, this kind of clouds are formed. This is the physics of this rolling cloud. Now this was recently observed on the coast of Portugal. This generally happens during the morning time. That is why it is also called as morning clouds. This is generally observed in the continents of America, Europe, as well as Australia. This you'll have to keep in your mind. Is that understood? Okay, now let us go to the next topic. Recently, the Prime Minister of our country has visited the countries of Ghana and Trinidad and Tobago. Now please understand, let us talk with respect to Ghana. Ghana is one of the most important trading partners of India. Please understand, 70% of gold imports to India are supplied from Ghana. Ghana is one of the most important repositories of gold, and that is the reason why it was also called as Gold Coast. Then after, in the year 1975, when it gained independence, it renamed itself to Ghana. And Ghana is also the repository of many critical elements, critical materials. Now, in order to improve India's trade with Ghana, and also to diversify India's trade with Ghana, Prime Minister Modi had visited this country of Ghana. Now, this is the first time after many decades the Prime Minister of India has visited the country of Ghana. And when Prime Minister Modi visited the country of Ghana, the government of Ghana has awarded Prime Minister Narendra Modi with its highest civilian award, and the name of that award is the Officer of the Order of Star of Ghana. This is the highest civilian award which was awarded to Prime Minister Narendra Modi from the government of Ghana. This is one of the most important points which you'll have to keep in your mind with respect to Ghana. The highest civilian award of Ghana is awarded to Prime Minister Modi, as well as Prime Minister Modi had visited the country of Ghana after a lot of decades, because no other Prime Minister had visited to that nation for a very long period of time. And also there were many important trading pacts which were signed between India and Ghana that were related to the diversification of trade with respect to gold, as well as many critical materials as well, that you'll have to keep in your mind. Is that understood? Right, this is with respect to Ghana. Now let us look at the other country, Trinidad and Tobago. Please understand, the population of Trinidad and Tobago is somewhere around 16 lakhs. 16 lakhs, and 50% of this population is of Indian descent. Indian descent. And the PM of Trinidad and Tobago is Kamala Prasad Desesar. She is also of Indian descent. You'll have to keep this thing in your mind, right? Now, keeping these numbers in mind, the government of India, Prime Minister Modi has said that these Indian origin people, they are sixth generation, can now hold overseas citizen of India status, overseas citizenship of India status. Please understand, this status, with the presence of this status, please understand, if any citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, if he gets this OCI card, then he can buy properties in India. Point number one, he can apply for jobs in India. Point number two, he can stay in India. Point number three, without applying for any visas and without also have the need of reporting to the police is also not required. Is that understood? Now the Prime Minister Modi has said that sixth generation of Indian origin people, even they can easily get this OCI status. And if they get this OCI status, they will be treated as non-residents. Please understand that. They will be on par with non-residents. What do you understand by this on par with non-residents? The only two rights which they will not be able to exercise is that they won't be able to vote in our elections and they won't be able to hold constitutional offices. These are the two things which they cannot have with respect to a normal citizen. This is more like an adjustment of having dual citizenship. India does not have this provision of dual citizenship. In place of this dual citizenship, we have this facility of having the overseas citizen of India card. Is that understood? Now, Prime Minister Modi has awarded this OCI status to the sixth generation of Indian origin people. Is that understood? Okay, this is with respect to the government. Now let us look at what the government of Trinidad and Tobago honor our Prime Minister with. The government of Trinidad and Tobago has honored, has awarded the PM of India with its highest civilian award, and that is the Order of Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. This is the highest civilian award which is present in the country of Trinidad and Tobago, and this award has been awarded to the Prime Minister of our country. This is the highest civilian award. Then this has been awarded to PM Modi recently during one of his recent visits to this country. Now these are the important points with respect to PM's visit to both the countries of Ghana as well as Trinidad and Tobago. Please understand, the Prime Minister of our country is on is on foreign visit to 5 nations. The first one is Ghana, which has already been completed. The second one is Trinidad and Tobago. And after that, he is scheduled to visit Brazil. Then after that, he will visit Argentina. Then finally, he will visit the country of Namibia. See, Ghana is an African country, Trinidad and Tobago is a South American country, then Brazil is a South American country, Argentina is a South American country, and finally Namibia is an African country. So this is with respect to the foreign policy of Government of India. Now the foreign policy of Government of India is slowly diversifying itself. It is not only focusing on big nation states, it is also focusing on some smaller nation states which have a very high potential with respect to trade and friendly relationships with India. Please understand, Ghana and Argentina and Namibia, all these 3 countries have a very high repository of critical materials. Now India is very much short on these critical materials. Now what is India trying to do? India is trying to increase its repository of critical materials by visiting and having good discussions as well as pacts with these countries with respect to critical materials. That you'll have to keep in mind, since you'll have to understand this issue from Chinese perspective. Now in the whole world, China has one of the largest reserves of critical material, and since we do not have a very good relationship with China or very much friendly relationship with China, so our interest in China will not be considered by the Chinese people. Now in order to resolve this issue, what the Government of India is doing is that it is looking at some other countries which have a very high reserves of critical materials. Now it has been observed that the country of Ghana, Argentina and Namibia, all these 3 countries, they have a very high reserves of critical materials, and keeping these things in mind, India is slowly diversifying its relationship with these countries. Is that understood? You'll have to understand this visit of PM from this perspective, right? So this is what it is. Now let us look at the other topic. The other topic is about sports. Recently you might have understood that Rapid and Blitz tournament, chess tournament, is held in the country of Croatia. Is that understood? It has been held in the country of Croatia. This is a chess championship. Please understand, this is a chess championship. Now this chess championship is somewhat different from the classical chess. This is not a classical chess event. Please understand, this is not a classical chess event. This is a Rapid and Blitz chess championship event. In this, what is the difference between classical chess and Rapid and Blitz chess? You will have to ask this question. Now please understand, in classical chess there is no limitation on time. That is with respect to the classical chess. Whereas, as the name itself suggests, Rapid and Blitz, there is a limitation of time. Players will have a very limited amount of time to plan their moves and execute them. So recently this championship was held in the country of Croatia, and in this championship recently the representation of India, Gukesh has defeated Magnus Carlsen, who is the ranked number 1. Magnus Carlsen. Before the start of this match, Magnus Carlsen had told that Gukesh, when it comes to Rapid and Blitz chess, Gukesh is a weak player. He won't be able to defeat Magnus Carlsen. That is what Magnus Carlsen had told in his press briefing. But in the match which was held yesterday, Gukesh has convincingly defeated Magnus Carlsen. Now please understand, that is why did Magnus Carlsen say so? Because D. Gukesh, as the press has reported, he is very much strong in this classical chess because there is no time limit in that particular sport, right? The players can execute their moves after doing a lot of calculations, right? So Gukesh, it is said, it is reported in the press that D. Gukesh is a very strong player of classical chess. But when it comes to rapid and blitz, it had been observed that Gukesh was not that great a player. But however, the recent match which was fought between Gukesh and Magnus Carlsen has proved the press as well as Magnus Carlsen wrong. D. Gukesh has also emerged victorious in this match as well. This you'll have to keep in your mind, right? So this ends my session. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of Classic Education and this session. Thank you.